always told me to stay away from the attic. Even my grandmother, Mama Ifioma, who feared no man, no spirit, and no story, would shake her head and cross herself whenever she walked past the attic door. "Leave that place alone, Adaobi," she'd say in a low voice. "Some doors are not meant to be opened." My father, Papa Nwokolo, didn't say much about it. He simply put a thick padlock on the attic door the day we moved into the house in Enugu, and never spoke of it again. But I am Adaobi. My mother calls me NWA Ajuju, the question child. The one who always wants to know why. Why can't I go there? Why is it locked? Why does no one talk about it? Every evening, I would stare at the door. It was just up the narrow stairs past the corridor where my cousins and I kept our school books. Sometimes I would climb up, sit on the floor, and listen. Nothing. Other times, I could swear I heard soft noises from inside. Like whispers. Like someone calling my name. I thought I was imagining things. Until that day. It was the day of the village meeting. The elders were gathering at Umenachi Hall for a big discussion about land and family matters. Everyone left in a hurry because the rain was coming down like the heavens had split open. I was supposed to go with them, but I pretended to be sick. Mama felt my forehead and left me at home with hot pap and a wrapper around my shoulders. As soon as they were gone, I ran to Papa's room. I had seen him hang his belt with the attic key on it over the chair. My heart beat fast. The key was cold in my hand. I didn't wait. I climbed the attic stairs barefoot. The air got colder with each step. I slid the key into the padlock. It clicked open, smoother than I expected. The door creaked, slowly, like something had been waiting for a long time. Inside, the attic was filled with old trunks, dusty chairs, broken photo frames, and forgotten memories. The smell was strange, like dust and something older, like time. But that wasn't the strangest thing. At the far end of the attic, behind an old pile of boxes, I saw it, a small wooden door in the wall. It wasn't there the last time I peeked through the keyhole. It was barely big enough for me to crawl through. There was no handle, but it had a strange chalk symbol drawn on it. A spiral, with 3 dots. I had seen it once before, on an old wrapper in Mama Ifioma's trunk. She said it was an ancient Igbo symbol called Nkoa. It meant memory, or story. I didn't think. I just reached out and touched it. The moment my fingers brushed the chalk, the door opened by itself. A soft, glowing light spilled out. I crawled through. And what I saw made me freeze. I was standing in a compound. But not ours. It looked like ours, the same mango tree in the middle, the same red earth under my feet, but everything was different. The house looked newer. The air smelled of fresh firewood and ojiri soup. I could hear chickens clucking and goats bleating. The sound of pestle hitting mortar drifted from a nearby kitchen. And then I saw her. A girl, about my age, wearing a plain white blouse and a tied wrapper. Her hair was in tight threads, with red beads at the tips. She was sitting under the mango tree, humming a lullaby I had only ever heard from Grandma. She looked up and smiled. Her eyes were like mine. "Welcome back, Adaobi," she said. My mouth went dry. Who are you?" She tilted her head. "I'm you. The first you." I stepped back. "What do you mean?" She stood up and walked toward me slowly. "You've always felt different, haven't you? Like there's something you forgot. Something no one is telling you." I nodded slowly. She sat again. "A long time ago, during the war, a girl named Adaobi was taken away. Her family searched for her, but she was lost in the fire and confusion. She died, but her spirit never rested. It kept coming back, in different forms, into different girls. Each one was called Adaobi. Each one was curious. Each one found the door. I swallowed hard. And now, you're the last, she said. If you remember, truly remember, then the others can rest. The story will be complete. How do I remember? I asked. She pointed to the mango tree. Sit. Close your eyes. I did. And then, everything rushed into me. I saw the war. I saw a girl running through the bush, barefoot and bleeding. I saw hungry children with swollen bellies. I heard the screams of mothers, the thunder of fighter jets. I saw fire fall from the sky. I saw a girl hiding in a well. I saw her sing to herself so she wouldn't cry. And then I saw a door. Just like the one in our attic. I opened my eyes. Tears poured down my face. Why? I whispered. Why did no one tell me? The girl, the other Adaobi, smiled. Because stories that hurt are often buried. But buried things always grow. She stepped forward and touched my chest. Now, you know. You are the story. And then everything went dark. When I opened my eyes again, I was back in the attic. The small door was gone. Only the dusty trunks and shadows remained. But I was not the same. That evening, when Papa returned from the village meeting, I met him by the gate. I looked into his eyes and said, Papa, I know. I remember the war. I remember her. He didn't say a word. But tears filled his eyes and he nodded, slowly. That night, he brought out an old box. Inside were pictures, letters, even a scarf stained with ash. She was my sister, Papa said. Your aunt. They never found her body. She just disappeared. We sat in silence. For the first time, the attic door was left open. And now, I tell the story. To anyone who will listen. Because remembering is how we heal. And sometimes, when the night is quiet, I still hear the whisper. Adaobi. But now, I'm not afraid. I whisper back. I remember.